Chapter 46. Maya's POV. The video played again before I realized I'd hit replay. 74. 55 vouchers. Liam's face filled my screen, flushed from the game, sweat dark hair curling at his temples, eyes bright with something I had never seen directed at anyone but Angela. The reporter's voice faded into the background, static compared to the way his arm curled possessively around her waist. "I'm in a relationship," he said, smiling. "A real one. Real." The word punched a hole straight through my chest. I locked my phone and tossed it onto the couch, only to snatch it back up seconds later like I was drawn to the pain. I rewound. I watched Angela again, her stupid soft sweater, her bare face, the way she looked like she didn't even realize what she had. The kiss. God, the kiss. It hadn't been staged. It hadn't been awkward. It hadn't been for show. She had melted into him like she belonged there. My stomach twisted, heat flooding my face as something ugly crawled up my spine. This hadn't been how it was supposed to happen. It had been meant to be temporary. A phase. A rebound. A publicity stunt. Anything but this. If Angela had really been happy with Liam, if she had truly moved on, then Ethan would never fully let her go. And if Ethan never let her go, then where did that leave me? The familiar ache settled in my chest, old and bitter. Second place. Always. I had spent my entire relationship living in Angela's shadow, pretending I didn't notice the way Ethan's eyes followed her whenever she walked into a room. Pretending I hadn't heard her name slip out of his mouth when he was tired or drunk or careless. "She's just a friend," he had always said. Right. I grabbed my jacket and my keys before I could think better of it. Vanessa's apartment smelled like red wine and expensive candles, the kind that promised calm while encouraging chaos. She took one look at my face and didn't bother asking what was wrong. "She hard-launched," I said instead, dropping onto her couch. "Angela, with Liam." Vanessa poured wine without asking. "Define hard-launched." He confirmed it, I snapped. "On camera, kiss and everything." Vanessa handed me the glass. "Finally." I blinked. "Finally, She shrugged. "You've been miserable for months, Maya. At least now it's out in the open." "That's not the point," I said sharply, fingers tightening around the stem. "She wins. Again. She always does." Vanessa studied me over the rim of her glass. "What exactly did she win this time?" 12:10 Monday, January 26 G. Chapter 46. I laughed, but it came out brittle. Everything. 55 vouchers. Ethan's attention. Liam's heart. The moral high ground. She got to walk away clean while I was left looking like the bitter girlfriend who couldn't compete. "I'm so sick of her," I said, the words spilling out faster now. "She doesn't even try. She just exists, and men rearrange their lives around her." Vanessa's lips curved slowly. "Then maybe it's time someone reminded her she isn't untouchable." I paused. What did that mean? She leaned back, swirling her wine. "I mean, actions have consequences. Angela can't just waltz into your life, take what belongs to you, and expect no fallout." "That sounds dramatic," I said, even as my pulse quickened. Vanessa smiled. "I'm not talking about anything violent. God. Just something to scare her a little. Shake her confidence." I laughed sharply. "You're insane." "Am I?" she countered. "Or am I just tired of watching you get walked over?" The wine burned warm as it slid down my throat. I shouldn't have been listening. I knew that. But the more she talked, the quieter the rational voice in my head became. "What are you suggesting?" I asked carefully. Vanessa lowered her voice. "I know someone who knows someone. People who could send a message. Grab her off the street for a few hours. Nothing permanent. No real damage." My stomach flipped. "You're talking about kidnapping." "Don't be dramatic," she said lightly. "It's not like they'd hurt her. Just scare her, rough her up a little." Rough her up. The words echoed, ugly and thrilling all at once. "Just enough to put her in her place," Vanessa added. "To remind her she couldn't keep taking things that belonged to other people." Something in my chest cracked open. "I don't want her dead," I said quickly, like that needed to be said. Vanessa snorted. Obviously, this isn't a movie. It's a lesson. A lesson. I took another sip of wine. Then another. The room felt warmer, my thoughts looser, the edges of my guilt blurring. She ruined everything, I said quietly. Do you know what it's like, being the afterthought? The consolation prize. Vanessa's gaze softened, just enough to feel sincere. I do. The silence stretched. Then I heard myself say it. Okay. Vanessa's smile was slow and satisfied. Okay. Okay, I repeated. My heart pounded loud in my ears. But it has to be when she's alone. That's easy, Vanessa said. When is Liam gone next? 12:10 Monday, January 26 GR. Chapter 46. I didn't hesitate. Next week, away game. 55 vouchers. Everything moved fast after that. Faster than I could process. Vanessa made a call, murmuring into her phone while I paced the living room. When she hung up, she looked at me expectantly. We'll need details, she said. Schedule, routine. I swallowed. I have that. She raised a brow. You hired someone? Months ago, I admitted, just to be sure. Just to know when Angela and Ethan were alone. Just to protect myself. That's what I had told myself. Vanessa didn't judge. She just nodded. I pulled up my emails, forwarding everything, Angela's work hours, her gym days, the coffee shop she visited on Thursdays. It felt surreal, clinical, like I was planning a party instead of something that could ruin lives. The payment was steep. I winced as I authorized it, but then I remembered my father's credit card, the one he insisted I use in case of emergencies. This felt like one. As the final confirmation came through, a small voice in my head whispered that I had gone too far. That this wasn't fixable. That once this line was crossed, there was no pretending I was still the good girl. I silenced it with another glass of wine. Angela deserved this, I told myself. She deserved to feel scared. To feel small. To lose something. Just like I had. When I finally left Vanessa's apartment, the night air felt cool against my flushed skin. My phone buzzed with a notification, another clip of the interview, already going viral. I didn't watch it this time. I already knew how the story ended. Or at least, I thought I did. AD. Comment. Send gift. No ads. Archer. Love beyond human limits,